Nadia Muhammad Ali was born in Egypt and raised as a Christian. She married a Muslim man and converted to his faith for his sake. Together they had 7 children whom they also raised in the Muslim religion. But in 1991, when her husband died, Mrs. Ali decided to convert back to her previous religion, and she convinced her children to convert with her. The children all abandoned their Islamic names and adopted Christian ones. The family even went so far as to move to the city of Beni Suef, where they had been living under their assumed identities for 8 years. However, since apostasy is illegal under Sharia law, it was not possible to legally have their official documents altered. Consequently, the family has been living with forged identifications for several years. This state of affairs was discovered during the administration of President Hosni Mubarak, but it was never prosecuted. But the case recently came to light once again, and the new Islamic Brotherhood-controlled government chose to indict. Each member of the family has been found guilty and sentenced to 15 years in prison. The government clerks who assisted them in obtaining their fraudulent documents have also been convicted and sentenced to 5 years each. Infidel viewers are well aware of the narrow thinking and the various forms of bigotry that any religion can deliver. Yet another fine example of this is the Islamic reaction to the espionage thriller Vishwupuram. A local businessman, Muhammad Haji, lodged a complaint against the movie maker with India's High Court. Haji is claiming that the movie includes scenes that are offensive to the Muslim community. The state court in Tamil Nadu imposed a 2-week ban on the movie release, and several other states soon followed. The 58-year-old movie maker, Kamal Hassan, labeled the movie ban an act of cultural terrorism. In India, there is great turmoil and discussion taking place over what is and what is not considered acceptable in movies. Indian movie makers are constantly facing the backlash of intolerance, whether it comes from political or religious source. Many films have recently had trouble in the country for an odd variety of reasons. For example, the 2010 film, My Name is Khan, about a man with Asperger's syndrome, met with fierce protest after the lead actor proposed that Pakistani cricket players be invited to India for a game. Activists burnt cinemas and hundreds were arrested. Another movie, Midnight's Children, was about 2 women who were unhappy in their marriages and had an affair together. One of India's first lesbian scenes on film, and was met with anger and protests. Meanwhile, the movie Oh My God is another example of the difficulties Indian movie makers face. This film chronicled the story of a man who takes God to court. Oh My God originally met with disdain. It was generally accepted by critics and the general audience. In an odd twist of events, Cologne's Cardinal Joachim Meisner has done an about-face over the use of certain so-called morning-after pills for rape victims. Recently, 2 Catholic-run hospitals refused treatment to a woman who was thought to have been drugged and raped. Prudence suggested that she receive emergency contraception. In Germany, the health ministry requires that hospitals that treat rape victims must also make abortion-inducing morning-after pills available. However, church-run hospitals remain opposed to all forms of birth control and will not administer any that will abort a pregnancy. But this policy has had dramatic results. It leaves victims no other choice but to seek alternative treatment in hospitals for the needed care. So far, the Roman Catholic Church has claimed that they would rather not have the victim undergo multiple invasive procedures and simply refers them elsewhere. What this means is that a Catholic-run hospital performs the gynecological exam to confirm that a rape has occurred, but refuses to take any needed steps to abort a possible pregnancy. But recent new scientific details on how certain morning-after pills actually work has sparked the interest of the Cologne Cardinal. He now distinguishes a difference between a pill that prevents fertilization and one that has abortive effects. The Cardinal is now A-OK with using a morning-after pill that prevents fertilization, but is still opposed to any that have post-fertilization effects. The Cardinal was quoted as saying, "If I had a medication that hinders contraception and is used after rape with the purpose of avoiding fertilization, then this is acceptable in my view." As technology moves forward, the Church must split hairs in order to keep its teachings relevant. This new understanding by the Cardinal could be applied to the use of condoms, but that parallel has been overlooked so far.